Good evening, distinguished guests, audience, viewers, participants, debaters, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome again to high school level English debating competition. I am Tomasia Araújo as the host of this debate session. Here on the stage with me, we have representative student from Escola Secundária 12 de Novembro, and we have representative student from Escola Secundária Santa Madalena de Canossa. These both teams are going to debate on a motion, why do young people need to be smart? Before we commence the debate, I would like to give the chance to Escola Secundária 12 de Novembro team to introduce themselves. You may start to introduce yourself.
Okay, thank you for the time and opportunity that's been given to us to introduce ourselves. But before that, I would like to show my respect, my compliments, and to show my love to our respected judges, teachers, audience, my competitors, and my fellow friends. Once again, good evening, everyone.
Good evening.
So, my complete name is Esteban Filimin Diniz da Costa Bel, and I'm from Senior High School of 12 de Novembro, and I'm the first speaker. And my teammate's name is?
I'm Marcia Augusta Gomez, and I'm the second speaker.
Thank you, that is our short introduction.
Thank you, Escola Secundária 12 de Novembro team. Ladies and gentlemen, please give them a big round of applause. Okay, now we are going to give the chance to Escola Secundária Santa Madalena de Canossa team to introduce themselves. You may start.
Truly appreciated and humble to the satisfying chance, with being politeness, honorable to the judges, and to the event organizer, and to my fellow debaters. Good evening, y'all.
Good evening.
My name is Sancho Muniz. I am the first leader of speaker, and my teammate was named.
Jordia Martins.
We are both from representative Santa Madalena de Canossa High School. Thank you.
Thank you, both teams. Ladies and gentlemen, please give them a big round of applause. Before we commence the debate session, I would like to read out some steps that we would like to proceed. First, there will be given chance for both teams to deliver the motion. And the second, they will be asking question by the host. Third, they will be asking question by the judge. And the fourth, they will be asking question from the debater themselves. And the last, there will be a comment by the judge. So now, audience, viewers, participants, ladies and gentlemen, let's give a chance to Escola Secundária 12 de Novembro team to begin delivering the motion. You may start to deliver the motion.
Thank you. Okay, our respected judges, teachers, audience, and my fellow friends, we are standing here to argue that young people have to be smart. And by smart, I don't just mean like, oh, they have a good grade, or they have high marks at school. No, by smart, what I mean is being wise, being able to make good decisions, being able to choose a good choice, and be able to use the knowledge that you have to make the world a better place. And now let me go over the 4 points that I have. The first point is, young people are the future. The second point is, the world is changing fast. The third point is, smart people inspire others. The fourth point is, good decisions can protect us. Now, let me explain about the first point. Young people are the future. Young people are the leaders, are the workers, and are the parents of tomorrow. If young people doesn't prepare themselves now, how can they handle responsibility of tomorrow? How can they solve problems in tomorrow's days? How can they come up with new ideas to solve new problems in the future? This is why it is very important, it is very important for young people to be able to become a smart person, an intelligent person, and a knowledgeable person. Now, there's a very famous quote that goes like this. If you give a man a fish, he'll eat for one day. But if you teach a man how to fish, he'll eat for the rest of his life. That shows us that knowledge is very important. This is why young people have to study now, have to prepare themselves now, because it is very important for them to prepare the future. If young people become the leaders in the future, they have to prepare now. If they don't prepare, their nation, their country, or their city will fall, and fall very fast, because they don't know how to lead, they don't know how to build. Now, let me explain about my second point. My second point was, the world is changing fast. Just to look around us, there are many technologies that are being created and invented throughout the days, and every day it is being created and it is being improved. This is why young people have to be smart, and they have to adapt to situations and new situations, and they have to adapt to the new environment that's up to come. This is why it is very important for us, young people, students, and even university students. We have to prepare ourselves now. And there is a quote from Franklin Roosevelt that goes like this: we cannot always build a future for our youth, but we can build our youth for the future. That means like this: we cannot always build a future for our youth, because elders or the leaders of today's world, they can die tomorrow, they can die, they won't last at all. This is why young people have to prepare themselves now. And this is why elders have to prepare their youth, or the young people now, prepare them for the future. Now, let me explain about the third point. The third point was, smart people inspire others. When I first came to my school, a high school of Doji de Novembro, I met someone very bold. She was very smart, and she was very intelligent. Her name was Pureza. She was very kind, by the way. And I was inspired by her to become a smart person, and I was very encouraged by her to become a smart person. This is why it is very important for young people to be smart, so that way they can inspire other people, they can inspire the people around their circle, around their environment to be smart, so that way they can make the world a better place together. Now, and there is also a quote from Elon Musk himself that goes like this: some people don't like change, but you need to embrace change if the alternative is a disaster. That means young people must change. They must change, because if they don't change, disaster or the things that gonna ruin them is gonna come. Now let me explain about the fourth point. The fourth point was, good decisions can protect us. Smart choices can save us, while bad ones can ruin us or destroy us. This is why decisions are very important. Decisions can either destroy you or build you. Now, young people have to be smart about choices. They have to choose the right choices to be able to live a good life, to be able to lead. To be able to lead their country. This is very important for us young people now. I'm not just talking like to present my motion, but I'm talking to everyone that's watching and everyone at home and all of us students. We have to prepare ourselves for the future, because our elders, our leaders, and our parents doesn't last at all. That is why. And this is my short motion for today. Thank you for your attention. Thank you.
Would like to add anything?
No, one. We're only one.
Finish? Yeah. Okay. Thank you, Sekolah Sekundaria 12 de Novembro team. Ladies and gentlemen, please give them a big round of applause. Okay, so now we are going to listen the arguments from Sekolah Sekundaria Santa Madalena de Canossa team. You may start to deliver the motion.
Ladies and gentlemen, to the lovely humans, as we begin our savage point, we stand firmly today. What is the most crucial motion ever? The motion we were discussing today is, why do young people need to be smart? Let's start by considering young people and smart. Now just let's focus on the Timor-Leste. East Timor is the youngest population and had young people with about 48.1% below the age of 17. It's stated that young people are the choosing one who contribute in society development. Young people are the visionary. Young people are the pragmatic who making the decision to solve the real world complex, like how to they adapt and manage their emotions. And also, according to the article of 19 Constitutional Republic Democratic Timor-Leste, it stated that government promote and encourage the initiative of youth productivity and country development. And possibility, government promoted education, health, and professional youth. When we heard smart, a smart is not think only about school grades or IQ scores, but being smarter is much more than that. It defines creativity, problem solving, emotional intelligence, resilience, adaptability, future leadership, and ethical awareness. As like, let's take some example. Kios Matenek. Kios Matenek is is a home that were created by innovation. Kios Matenek, similarly, they create a system hydroponics, not only by a traditional sense, but it promotes the resilience and better. And also, William Kankaba, a boy from Malawi, was a top student using his practical intelligence. He built a wine mill from scrap materials to power his village. And why? Smartness is diversity. Why? According to the Howard Gardner's multiple intelligence theory, Harvard, intelligence is not limited to math and language. It also includes interpersonal, kinesthetic, musical, and naturalist intelligence. For example, it's like Malala Yousafzai. He was the youngest who awarded the Nobel Peace Prize of winner. Despite facing violence, used her resilience, courage, and intelligence to continue fighting girls for education. So, at this point, her smartness wasn't just great, but emotional strength. Being smart, it doesn't mean being perfect in exam, but being prepared in life in a practical ways. So let me pass to my friends to make it perfectly.
Beyond grades, a young person's true intelligence is measured by their ability to apply knowledge to the real world. This is what we call practical and adaptive intelligence. This kind of smartness is forged through experience-enhanced learning. The World Bank found that Timorese youth who participate in community service or entrepreneurship programs report higher confidence and practical skills. The International Labour Organization also found that youth with work-based experience have a 30 to 40% higher chance of being hired than those who rely solely on academic study. This kind of applied smartness is also crucial for innovation and solving global crises. In short, smartness isn't about being perfect in exams. It's about being prepared for life and using your practical skills to make a difference. That's all we'd like to say. Thank you.
Thank you, Sekolah Sekundar Santa Madalena de Canossa team. Ladies and gentlemen, please give them another round of applause. Both teams have presented presented the critical arguments on the topic itself, and this is very interesting. So I would like to ask a question, but it's not really a question. It sound would be a message that as a young people, also is as a message that you would like to give to the audience, the viewers who are watching this live right now, and for those who are in the studio. So, if you could give one message to all young people about being smart, what would it be? Okay, I'm going first with Sekolah Sekundar Santa Madalena de Canossa team to give a message. It's a kind of a message.
Okay, the message is don't put much time on studying with books, just reading. Just apply it to your everyday life, because through experience you gain more things. You will learn many more things through experience to like go practice it everyday life. That is more crucial than just sitting at home and reading, doing nothing at all. So you gotta apply it in your everyday life.
This is so exciting. Thank you. Sekolah Santa Madalena University. You would like to add anything? Okay. Okay, so now we are going to hear the message from Sekolah Sekundaria 12 de Novembro team.
Okay, thank you for the question. Now I'm gonna answer this. I'm gonna just repeat the statement that I've just said earlier. So to young people, to elders, not just young people, but to everyone, to elders, to the leaders of this world, and to the, for example, like Prime Minister or something like that, we have to prepare our students. We have to prepare the young people to prepare for the future. Because if we do not prepare them for the future, how can we handle the responsibilities of tomorrow? How can we solve problems, and how can we come up with new solutions for new problems? This is why it is important for young people and for everyone, not just young people, and elders, leaders, and parents, especially parents. When your kid is growing up, you have to teach them how to be good. You have to lead them. You cannot let other people lead them. You have to lead them yourself to the right path. This is my answer. Thank you.
For the second speaker,
Okay, being intelligent is not only about academic excellence, but about being capable of leading in a time of uncertainty and transformation.
thank you both teams for the message. Ladies and gentlemen, please give both teams a big round of applause. Okay, so now I'm going to give the time to the judge to begin asking questions. You may start to ask questions, the judge.
Good evening, dears.
Good evening.
How do you feel?
Good.
Right, good to know. Since the two teams talked about leadership, I want to know, do you think that leadership is an important skill for the young people to learn? If so, how can they learn this skill?
You get the question? Okay, thank you, but now I'm going with, no, to be fair enough, I'm going first with Sekolah Sekundaria 12 de Novembro team. You may start to answer the question.
Okay, I think that leadership skills is very, very important for young people. So that way, in the future, if elders die, like I've mentioned earlier, they can rule, they can lead their people to the right place. They can make peace with the world, with other nations, and they can make people, for example, they can give jobs to other people that right now, look at East Timor right now. We really don't have a lot of jobs right now. That is why it is very important for young people to have a leadership skills. And now, sorry, what was the second question?
If so, then how are you going to learn that skill?
Okay. We have to, for example, we have to learn how to lead. First of all, we're talking about leadership skills. We have to learn how to lead people. We have to know how to solve problems. We have to make decisions according to the right thing. That is my answer. Thank you.
How do you learn that?
I learned it I actually interviewed, I think, 5 of my teachers about this topic. So yeah, first of all, I learned it from my teachers. Second, I learned it from my parents. My dad actually taught me that. And thirdly, I learned it from a website called UNESCO and UNICEF.
No, I mean, how do you make the young people learn how to lead?
Oh, okay. We have to, for example, young people have to look at their elders, have to look at the leaders. We can learn by experience it, or by viewing it, or by seeing it. If we cannot see or know what it is, we cannot lead or learn from it. This is why it is important. We can also practice with our friends. We can also ask the teachers how to do it. And this is my answer. Thank you.
Okay, from the second speaker, please do say something about what has just asked.
Can you repeat the question?
What was my question again? I forgot. Oh no, I'm
Question was
joking.
about leadership.
Do you think that leadership is an important skill for the young people to learn? And if you think they are that skill is important, then how can the young people learn leadership?
Okay, leadership skill is important because when we are good in leadership, we will be inspire others. I think just it.
How do you inspire them? We're going to keep my mic on. I'm going to keep asking.
We can inspire others by good in punctuality and also good ability and diligence also, awareness also. Just it.
That's all?
Yeah, that's
Okay.
Okay, so now, ladies and gentlemen, please give them a big round of applause. So now we are going to listen from Sekolah Sekundari Santa Madalena di Canossa team.
All right, so first of all, thank you. First rule of leadership is everything is your fault. No matter what young people face, youth challenges and opportunities, it can sharp their mind or change their mentality of thinking. And that's the biggest important of young people. And also, according to Ricop's experiential learning theory, learning through experience significantly improves problem solving, adaptability, and decision making. Because collaboration is more valuable than competition. Society thrives because their smartness, the youngest, their talents, so they can work together to make societies more. Society doesn't need their individuals because IQ grades or high scores doesn't implement in their society. Society needs our collaboration and teamwork.
How do you connect that to leadership?
How?
Yeah.
The manners to how to connect the leadership is to push or improve ourselves better. It because when we out of the comfort zone, we must to taking this decision immediately. We must to know how to adapt this challenge immediately. That's it.
Okay, for the young people to learn about leadership, they need to see their icons or someone they admire. For example, like the people they admire, it probably can be the president or the prime minister, everything, and probably their hero. But leadership, you need to be confident also. It's not that easy, just as my friends say. You need to be calm, you need to have a good discipline, and you need to stay consistent. Because leadership, people will see you, and then they'll think, and then just by seeing and you're confident, people can already tell that you will be a great leader. Even if you just sit in the crowd, do nothing, and then like finding out, then yeah, you'll be the leader. And then to how to the young people to apply it, they need to be respectful to their elder also.
What if your icon is a dictator?
Yeah, it can be. It depends on the people. If they want to be a dictator, then they can be a dictator. Because it depends on each youth, because you can't change what they like, okay? But like sometimes some people like this, and then like through time, they'll think and they'll change their mind that, oh, this is bad, I've been admiring something bad, oh, I need to change this, I need to change this icon to find something more good. Yeah, that's all.
Thank you, both teams. So this is just the first question. So moving to the second question again.
Sometimes I forget that I'm alone. Let me ask a second question. Wait. Sorry, guys. Sorry.
This question is for both teams.
Yes, for both. I believe, if not both of the groups, one of the team actually mentioned adaptation. Can both teams give me an example of an adaptation that the young people need to make in order to survive? in today's life?
I'm going first with the Sekolah Sekundar Santa Madalena de Cadassa team.
Okay, adaptation. So like, for example, going into a new environment, like moving to a new school, moving to a new environment, it's gonna take a lot of time to adapt to a new environment also, but you'll actually do it. So like every single time, like for example, going to a competition, I've never been here, this is my first time actually, but I need to adapt to this environment, to be included in this environment. So I gotta keep myself clear and keep myself calm to be adapt of this environment and to the rules here also.
How did you try to adapt?
By observing this place, by observing the surroundings, and to analyze everything here, and to think like what is good to do here and what is not good and all that. So gotta keep myself neutral for doing it.
So, for example, it's like nowadays we will face climate change, but look out of the Timorese. Most of problems is deforestation. How can we adapt this easily and easiest way? How do we lead our cognitive to solve this problem? For example, it's like we use the two process similarly as a mitigation and adaptation. Mitigation is a process where when we cut the trees, that is harmful for the society. And also, how can we adapt this? Well, so we use our smartness to design a system that erase the negative things that societies cannot want to. And that's it.
Can you tell me what kind of adaptation is that? In your opinion, it's okay, relax, I'm not going to hurt you.
You have explained about how are we going to adapt with the climate change. You mentioned everything, right? Like, so the judge is asking, what adaptation is that?
Oh.
Yeah.
So, from my experience that I've been gained, as I involving in Laudato Si, I have many requiring the many experience. So adaptation adaptation is something that we want to give the solution an easiest way. For example, it's like an ocean acidification. The sea level is more higher. Like, how can we adapt this? How can we solve this problem? So we plant the mangroves, so the series is more lower. Thank you.
Thank you, team. So, ladies and gentlemen, please give them a big round of applause. So now we are going to listen from Sekolah Sekundaria 12 de Novembro team. You may start to answer the question.
Okay, thank you for the question. This question, I consider it very important because young people have to adapt. And to answer your question, respected judge, we have to observe. Firstly, we have to observe. Secondly, we have to experience it. Thirdly, we have to live in it. Fourthly, we have to Firstly, we have to be able to know the environment or something like that. For example, if I go to, for example, what is the continent? African. Yeah. If I go to African, they look at their land. Some places they don't have like roads and stuff like that. That is why I have to adapt. If I go there, how do I adapt? This is how you adapt. You have to be okay to live there. Secondly, you have to experience it, like I've mentioned earlier. And thirdly, you have to live in it. And it's gonna take a long time, but it's eventually gonna make you feel like, oh, it's just a normal thing. So this is my short answer. Maybe my friend will add.
Wait. Can you elaborate more? Can you give another example?
Okay. For example, in another school, for example, here in San Miguel. At my school, there are not really like stairs, like what do you call it? High upstairs, yeah. You don't have upstairs, and you don't have this cold thing, yeah. you don't you don't have this kind of things. So if I was there and I came to the school, then it's gonna take me a long time to adapt, because I'm not used to cold. I'm not used to this cold thing. I don't know what to call it. Yeah. So this is why how I need to be here every single day, or I need to be here, and I need to be okay to come here, and I need to make my body feel okay to be here, like in this cold environment. This is my answer. Thank you.
Thank you, both teams. How do you feel? Okay, so ladies and gentlemen, please give both teams a big round of applause. Okay, so debaters, welcome to the exciting moment. So now we are in the rebuttal time, so we are going to, the debaters themselves are going to ask questions to each other, and note that if the answers which is given that is not convinced enough, you might raise a follow-up question. So I'm going with Escola Secundária 12 de Novembro team to begin asking questions to Escola Secundária Santa Madalena de Canossa team. You may start.
Okay. Earlier you said that, I forgot the name, but you said that the youngest Peace Medal of Honor, someone, I forgot his name, so sorry. Someone gained a youngest Peace Medal of Honor. And now, can I ask you, can just being a smart person, can it prevent or stop wars? Can it bring peace to the world?
Can smart bring peace to the world? Is that?
Yeah. Can smart people bring peace to the world?
Okay, so in our understanding, smart isn't a necessary to use to do something that give beneficial and impactful to society. So smart means it brings to peace. What I meant to say is, like, if we are doing top students, then create a pressure. But how can we give to make development in society? Similarly, we have to improve and guide some children, and also make advocacy to break the cycles of social inequalities and social injustice. That really gives a happiness or peace to the society. That's it.
Okay, so you do agree that being a smart person can bring peace, right?
Yes.
Okay, then how do you explain the world right now? Look at America and Afghanistan. Look at Israel and Palestine. Look at Iraq and America. Do they have peace? Look around the world. How do you explain that? Just being a smart person can bring.
They all are smart. They all are smart in I would say in inventing guns and other stuffs, and they use that for the world. So is that how you define smart?
Okay, thank you for the question. But at that level of question, we do not know the answers to that, because that depends to the leaders of each of their country. If they want to fight, it's their decision. We do not have the right to answer that, because we don't know the answer to that. So we don't know it.
But like, you guys mentioned that, you guys made a statement about just being a smart person can bring peace. How can you contradict yourself like that?
The question that you asked is based and asks about each political reasons that is happening at the other countries. We do not know what is happening there, what is the sole reason for that to be happening. There is more reports coming, and we do not know, and we know that they fight for a
Wait,
reason.
but like your statement is general.
Yeah, I know. The statement
Yeah.
is general, but it depends on each leaders of their country, because like they are smart in their own reasons.
So you do
if
not-
they want to war, if they want to fight, they can do whatever. Okay.
So you do not agree that peace can bring peace. Oh, sorry. Smart people can bring peace. So you just contradict yourself.
Being smart can bring peace at war also, but it has to be agreed on both sides. If you say you want peace and then the other said yes and the other said no, then it's not peace anymore.
So young people, just being smart cannot bring peace, right?
It's not about young people.
Oh, sorry, not young, it's smart people.
Some yes and some no.
Thank you.
Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, please give both teams a big round of applause. So now we are going to give the time to Escola Secundária Santa Madalena de Canossa team to ask question to Escola Secundária 12 de Novembro team. Are you ready? Okay.
Okay, all right. So, in this debate and this emotion, sharpen our mind to think out of the box. Just in a context of Timor-Leste. Nowadays, mostly Timorese youth are average students who are doing sharpen their potential and source differently. Similarly, as a smart in sports, music, public speaking, organizing event, and create some project that could give and making societies feel thrives and development, and also doing the advocacy to break the cycles. But as the opposition team,
Can you please go straight to the question?
okay, I just want to simplify the questions is why our parents value more than practical skills? Thank you.
Practical skills then?
Why nowadays in Timorese, they are average students, but mostly why our parents value more than practical skills nowadays.
But who said that parents are value more than practical skills? Nobody said it.
As you said that young people need to be smart, right? So they are smart in a different way, shows in different way. So as an opposition team, why our parents value our grades more than practical skills? Yeah, exactly. For
that's
example,
the
it's like when we doing something good that give impact, benefit to the society, but our parents is no, this is a wasting of time. You just use this time, but in fact you will get a good bad grades. But how can parents value this? Thank you.
Okay, not all of them, not all parents value grades more than practical skills. Not all of them. You cannot just make a statement about, the parents value grades more than practical skills. Because for my experience alone, I can say that, and truthfully, I can say that my dad supports me at singing and footballing or basketball. He supports me at what activity it is. Even if my grades are not that good, he still supports me. So you cannot just say that parents value grades more than practical skills. So what do you say about that?
So don't you prioritize smart? It's like
Is it another question or is it a follow-up question?
yes. So you say
Follow-up question or another question?
another question.
No, you can only ask a follow-up question.
Okay, I just want to follow up question immediately. Okay, you say that parents doesn't value our bad grades or our good grades and IQ scores, but how can if young people need to be smart, how can we look about the average students who just got lack of process of learning, who just lack of motivation? They didn't know how to give the solution to the society. How can you give the solution to the average students that weren't not smart, but there's a standard smart or average smart immediate. Jack.
What is the exact question, sorry?
So you say that young people need to be smart, but how do you see average student can access to education get more better and to implement the technology or another aspect of factor things?
What?
How do you see about the average students? You say that young people need to be smart, right?
Yeah.
But what about the average students? Is it there's the average student who got lack of process of learning? How can you see these average students? Isn't they are contributing to the society or no? Like the average students.
Okay.
Can you please make it short and yeah, just go
thank you.
straight to
Sorry.
the question.
Ah.
Yeah, you are comparing the one with good grades and the one with not.
I just want to simplify the questions.
Okay, if your questions or you are struggling with elaborating your questions, maybe your friend would like to ask a question, please do. Okay, just ask anything regarding to the topic, and if it's really hard for you to elaborate, move to other question. To make sure you are asking a follow-up question, right? To make sure you ask that, not a new question.
Okay, so the follow-up question is, how about those other young people who doesn't have any talent, that who are already hopeless to do anything? Would you think they will contribute anything to the society?
It really depends on the situation and the environment. If, for example, if a young person, for example, if he's very hopeless now, if he doesn't, in his environment, maybe someone else can help him. Maybe, for example, his family, his friends, his fellow, for example, maybe mom and dad can help him. If he doesn't have a mom and dad, maybe his cousin, for example, like that.
Okay, that's all. Thank you.
Thank you.
Is it a new question? No. You are not allowed to ask new question instead of asking the follow-up question. Thank you, debaters. So, ladies and gentlemen, please give both teams a big round of applause. Okay, so as we have come to the end, now we are going to invite the judge to the stage to do some comments. You may have the floor.
Hopefully I don't break the floor. You laugh, you lose. You laugh, you lose. Anyways, good evening, dears. How are you? Good? Good. Now you're about to have a heart attack. There are things that I noticed. I do love the energy that both teams bring to the table tonight. This is certainly better than the first few university level debating. I'm sorry, university level students, I'm dissing you, yes, because you never learn from what I say. I really love that there is no reading at all. You only rely on your paper in the first section where you get to share your motion, but after that it's just freedom. You're just flowing with the arguments. I really love that. But one thing I need to tell you is that teamwork, you're not alone. It cannot be just one person rowing the boat. It cannot just be one person speaking. We need both of you to work together. At least give chance to your friend to speak. It doesn't matter if they make a mistake. Speak. Let that person speak too. You're not the only one competing. It's a team competition. Even though there's only two of you. But the two of you carry the school's name. Both of you carry the same responsibility. Share the weight. Do not just work alone, because that is getting evaluated. If only one person speaks, the other one does not say anything, it's a minus point. if the first speaker does not give time to the second speaker, that's a minus point because you're supposed to share. You cannot just shine alone. So work together. Find a way to share ideas. Share notes so your partner knows what you're thinking of. That's proof of teamwork. And another thing is that I can't emphasize this enough. I want you to use simple words to have clearer arguments. If you use big words just to misalign the ideas that your opponents have because they need to interpret what you're saying because you're getting too complex, too complicated with your vocabulary, what happens is there's no debating. Your adversary is not getting your point. You're not being clear to your adversary. If you cannot convince your adversary, if you cannot convince the audience, if you cannot convince me, it doesn't matter how good your argument is. If we can't understand you, it's a minus point. And the thing is, I know that you're trying very hard to show that you know all of these words. But while trying to show that you know these words, what happens is you make grammatical mistakes on the way. You forget a preposition, you forget an article, you even forget which one is a noun, which one is a verb. Simplicity is the best choice. Only be complex in your argument, but be simple in your words. Take it slow, speak simply, speak shortly, but be useful, be important. You have to carry yourself, and you're carrying yourself through your presentation. In the next round, I'm going to keep on asking follow-up questions. My mic is not going to be off until I feel comfortable enough with your answer. So you have to be ready for that. I'll keep asking questions, then the second judge will keep asking questions until we get enough of everything that you have to give. So get ready. If you're getting to the next stage, we're going to ask questions, like asking real questions this time. And that's all I have to say. I'll give the time back to the host.
Thank you, Judge. Ladies and gentlemen, please give the judge a big round of applause. You may return to your seat. Ladies and gentlemen, as we have come to the debate, to the end, so I would like to invite the debaters to shake hands and return to your seat. Hope both teams convened the judge, so you might go for the next competition. Okay, please. Audience, viewers, participants, ladies and gentlemen, this is the end of high school level English debating, and see you in a minute in university level English debating. Thank you.